stream.
And
Good. I got the live
nobody
chat on
is
mine.
they're gonna buy it 100%, 10 out of 10 times.
You ended it.
If you're able to create the value
Am I
for
live?
somebody,
Huh?
money is
Am I
not
live?
an issue.
Now you are.
And
It's
when
started.
somebody is
Give me
telling
a
you
second to
money,
start up, and I'll
it's
tell you
number
how.
one, people that say they don't have the money, majority of them have
Live
the
on
money
YouTube right
for
now.
you
We're-
to spend and for you to get.
We're
live on
sideways,
YouTube?
We're
Oh,
sideways.
we're good on
sideways,
YouTube.
though.
Oh, we're sideways though. We're sideways.
I mean, this is kind of cool. We could just talk like this.
Sorry guys, we're actually on YouTube as well.
Guys, the Sales Tips channel, I think if anyone follows us, you guys might have heard about the Sales Tips
Sales
channel.
Tips is live, YouTube. That's our biggest platform we want to start building, guys. So if you can just jump on our YouTube as well, get off this, go on YouTube. That's perfect. Value
Yeah,
over
you
price,
can even,
Corey.
like,
That
pop
is awesome,
down,
and I got it right here
take-
on my
take
notes.
one of them. Or I was
Have
gonna
the
say
money.
leave it,
They don't see
but
the
I don't
value.
do it.
We're gonna go back to this. Can you say those again? Okay, perfect. The 5 things that people right here. MTNUT. No money.
Mount Nut.
No
It's
time.
called Mount Nut. Mount
Mountain.
Money.
All right, money, time, need, urgency, and trust. So they got no money, they got no time, they got no need for what you're offering, even though they're asking you all these type of questions about what you're offering. Keep that in mind. No urgency, meaning they can always buy it from somebody else. They can do it at a later time. It's not the time to do it right now.
How's
I
this
can
one
do
go?
it later.
How's Instagram
That's when
go?
you got to create.
Can they see
Well,
us both?
if you want to do it later, man, you're going to waste more time and more money when you do it a week from now. When you do it with the other guys, we have extra incentives that we're actually offering right now for you to take the business on today's call. You would get blah, 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 blah for doing it on today's call. YouTube channel name is Sales Tips.
If you just go to, if you search in the search bar, Sales Tips Daily 3.
Sales Tips Daily
you'll be
3.
able to find our video and then just go to the Sales Tips channel and we're live.
Mountain Nut. There you
Mountain
go,
Nut,
Corey.
there
You got
you go,
it. All right,
There's
so
a guy named Victor Anthony who we're not giving any plugs because this is an unpaid advertisement. But
Perfect.
that's one of his basic
shout out to
things.
Victor. Okay, so again, no money, no time, no need, no urgency, no trust. You gotta ask for the business, guys.
Oh, look at all
Ask
the,
for the
look
business.
at all the yay YouTubes we're getting.
Okay,
yeah, you're
YouTube.
right, yay YouTube. That one took us forever.
Bonnie, go to on my Facebook. There's links all over the Facebook on mine and Michael's on the YouTube.
Just
gotta
go
click
to
the link
YouTube and
it'll pull it up.
search Sales Tips Daily 3 without a space between daily and the number 3. And then you can see all our videos. You'll see, my pretty face. And then once you click on our actual channel, you'll see that it's live streaming on the channel.
How do we look? Let me see. That's good. I like that. That's nice.
But we're gonna be behind on, because it delays.
That's fine,
We
that's
found
fine.
out yesterday. Hey,
All right, guys.
let us know. Anyone who's on the YouTube stream, let us know what the sound is like. Let us know how we sound on each, so that we can make sure that you guys can hear.
And it's really about to get real, guys. I'm fired up. Let's go. So,
Yeah.
all right, back to the 5
We might
things
run
really
over
quickly.
now. Now it might be a little bit more time. So.
All right, so number 1, we're gonna start with no money. If you guys are taking notes, I dipped into no money, no need, no trust, no urgency, no time, and it's really cool. And this can go with everything in sales. Number 1, no money. Majority of the people who say they don't have the money, they have the money every single time. They just don't see the value in what you're offering
And I want
what
to
you're
jump off that
presenting.
real quick because we had a good question the other day on the YouTube channel where people are trying to figure out what's the difference between somebody having or not having the money. And I think the best way to go about that, the best way to handle that is going to be if you guys straight up come out and ask the question. Say to somebody like, okay, Mr. Johnson, I agree that you're telling me that you don't have money, and that's pretty much isolate. That's pretty much the only reason that you don't want to buy our product or service today is that you don't have the money. So I totally understand. But I take responsibility because at the end of the day, that means I have not created enough value. My job as a salesman, Mr. Johnson, take responsibility. So agree with them, isolate, take responsibility. My job as a salesman is to make sure that I present my product or service to you and show you the value. So Mr. Johnson, if we've spent this time together now, and I know that I'm solving your wants and needs, and we talked about Mrs. Johnson being at the spa on the beach and your kids being able to go to the boardwalk and the theme parks and all that's great, but you're telling me it's not worth spending the $199 today. So I take responsibility. So basically what you're trying to tell me, Mr. Johnson, is it's not worth you spending the $199 today. You don't want to commit to that.
You don't see the value.
Correct. So at that point, by asking that question, Mr. Johnson is going to respond one of two ways. I don't want to make the commitment. Yeah, you're right. Or the second one will be, no, I don't have the $99.
What's your user?
Sorry. He'll say, I don't have the $99. Or I don't have the $199. So that's a good way to draw out what you're trying to get. Then you can find out, is it really the fact that you don't want to spend the money with me today? Because that means I did a bad job.
Yeah, you didn't show no value.
But by saying that, you're going to get them to then, you're really pulling out. Then Mr. Johnson will say, no, Michael, I think it's great. I think it's a great package. I just don't have the zeros in my bank account to do it.
Yep.
So that's how you can really draw out and decide, is this really not having the money, or have I not created enough value for you to want to spend the money?
And that's just human nature. To touch on that, human nature, we all have that. If we think we're getting a good value for what we're spending, and I give you this pen for, let's say, $1, and at this store, Walmart, whatever, this Sharpie pen is $4 or $5, and I give it to you for $1, you're gonna buy this pen from me rather than anybody else. Guaranteed. You're getting a value for what you know what this thing costs. Human nature is gonna buy that and get that from you every single time, more than not. So when human nature thinks they're getting a deal, a great value, a discount in exchange for money, you show them the value. Almost 100% money is never an issue. Because if you show somebody the value and what they're getting, stop selling and start closing. The price is never the issue.
The price, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that same $99 package is actually $1,000. If you create enough value in your pitch, the price is irrelevant. You're not selling on the price. You're selling value.
Price is a myth. Right there. Price is a myth. Because numbers are made up. Think about it. Numbers are made up. And when you think about it, how much is it when you go to buy something? Someone's going to ask you, how much is it? Right off the bat. Oh, how much is it? We think about price. And then we can make up a price from 0 to 100, and it's completely made up.
What do you think any company that you work for has done? They've created a price for the product.
Exactly. So
the retail value is a created price. All of it, the numbers are created, guys. The value is what you're there to create as a salesman.
So stop selling the price. Grant taught me that. Hey, Grant taught me that too, Corey. I like that. But anyways, that's actually straight from Grant, because price is made up. Amen. See, look, Corey Malachi, price is made up.
Because we have so many that I want to make sure that we're lined up in all of them.
All right, good. Hey, there's some good stuff, guys. If you ain't writing this down, you need to, because, price is made up. Amen, Corey. I agree 100%. Because, like I said, if I were to... But memories are priceless. Exactly. So if you can create that value, once again, human nature, if they're going to get more than what they're spending, they're going to buy it 100% of the time. So that's money. We cut out money. Money is never going to be an issue if you can create the value. And how do you create the value? You discover, you see what their wants are. You see what they need. And if your product can solve that problem for them, money is never going to be an issue.
Guys,
there's a YouTube link on there, guys.
Guys, you have to understand that the money is gonna be spent regardless.
Yeah.
They're not gonna like if you like.
Whether they spend it with you or somebody else,
they're gonna spend it
regardless.
So it's your job to get them to spend it
With you. With you.
That's the main point. That's the big takeaway here.
That was
is
good.
You're trying to get the value created in their mind. Like I said, it's very important that you don't just sell the Mr. Johnson. You need to also sell
the
to
Mrs. Johnson
and Rick and Sally Johnson, their 2 kids.
Yep.
You need to, in Mr. Johnson's mind, he has to be completely convinced that Mrs. Johnson's gonna love it, that they're gonna, like, everyone's gonna love it in his family.
Yeah.
Because he's the decision maker in the family. And if you don't have the decision maker, you have the influencer.
Tanya, to not to cut you off, but yesterday, once you start believing in guesses, money, excuses, you'll miss out on opportunities. That's a proven fact. Yesterday, these 2 couples were driving, right? They're driving. So I heard both of them in the car, and she goes, hey, we're driving right now. I don't think we can take advantage of this. I can't give you my credit card information. So I said, hey, ma'am, unfortunately, you would have to take advantage of it on today's phone call. It is a one-time limited opportunity at the value we're giving you today. So if you just want to take your time, pull over to the side of the road, or do whatever you guys need to do, I'll wait here for you. Please be safe and take your time. So then she goes, okay, so how are we going to do this if we're driving? I said, if you
You're
need a
both
hand...
not driving. Do you have a 2-wheel car? Are
Exactly.
you in a driver's ed car? Do both of you have to steer?
I said,
One
hand the
steers, one
phone.
brakes?
Hand the phone to the husband or give the phone to the partner with you and just have one another read off the card. It's that simple. So she goes, okay, give me a minute. I'm sorry. If I would have believed that she told me we're not going to be able to do it because we're driving, they're both not driving. Exactly, Yvette. So there's no way. If I would have believed in that excuse, Tanya, I would have missed out on that opportunity. And 10 minutes later, what did that turn into? Me getting their credit card number and them buying a package for me over the phone within 15 minutes.
I like that.
If I would have believed in that excuse that that lady gave me, I wouldn't have got that sale. I wouldn't have got that commission. I wouldn't have got paid.
Guys, I don't like to say, this is a common sales thing. I don't like to say buyers are liars because I think it's degrading. I mean, it's the truth a lot of the times, but I don't like to say that because really buyers aren't necessarily liars. They're just creating excuses because you haven't done your job.
Yep, exactly.
So they're not necessarily, yeah, maybe they're lying, they're fibbing, but I'm not going to say a buyer's a liar. What I'm going to, because it sounds cute and it rhymes, what it is I'm going to say, damn, I didn't do my job.
Nope.
I didn't create the value that Mr. and Mrs. Johnson feel like they need to act today. And I also want to say something really quick. Literally, 50% of the material that you're hearing come out of my mouth is because of Tanya. So I just want to say that.
Shout out to the Rhinos one time.
Shout out to Tanya Lambert. She's been everything to me as a person. She's taught me more than anyone else has ever taught me about how to sell and how to understand. Now guys, we want to go a little bit, like, we know that a lot of you are our friends and you all know what we do and the type of industry we're in, and we're going to try and keep the talk less about the way we do things in our industry and sales as total. So anybody who's in here who is in a different industry
can relate to it as well.
Yeah, so ask your questions, say some stuff to us that will, we can expand upon throughout sales in general, because we don't want to get too far into this niche of what we do.
Yeah.
Because we do it every single day. So
exactly.
A lot of the things we say are going to be very directed towards what we do.
But also in sales, like that guy, he said he needed help talking, to a girl. You know what I mean? If someone needs help talking to a girl and persuading more people, I got a book right here called Crucial Conversations and another one, How to Influence and Win Friends. Those books are based off
sales
and how to communicate and persuade people. If my buddy can persuade a girl his value, then she's gonna be one with him no matter what. So you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself at the end of the day.
Got it.
So how do
Listen
you
to this
come-
guy because he's got kind of a hot girlfriend.
How do you-
She's, like,
how do
really
you
hot,
come
so he sold
across-
himself real good. Because I mean, look.
I
at
did a
him,
pretty
like,
good damn job.
he
I don't
did
know
good.
how I did that.
He
but
sold himself on that one.
I did.
So,
She tells
like,
me that all the time.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, so how do you come across so genuine yet affirmative at the same time? Number one, you gotta be confident. Number one, you gotta be confident. And I love confidence because I have that in my little book as well. You like confidence?
This was
You
guys.
like confidence?
Yeah, and this was one of the biggest problems that I
Yes,
had because
yes.
I was so good at building rapport and trust with my guests. I can build rapport. I can get those people to be my best friend, like wanting to give me their email and stuff within a minute and a half. The problem with that is, think about this, guys. When your friend hits you up and sends you a text and says, hey, do you want to go have a drink? And you really have nothing going on. You just feel like going home and watching House of Cards on Netflix. It's a lot easier to tell your friend, like, nah, not tonight, versus somebody at work who you're not really that close with, but you have respect for, and they say, hey, let's go get a drink after work. You're more likely to do that than the person that you're really good friends with. You can say, hey, you know, yeah, like, I don't feel like it tonight. So when you build too much rapport, it makes it
Too
very
friendly.
easy for them to
no.
say no.
Yeah.
Because now you guys are friends and it's like, hey, Michael, it was great talking to you. We had a great time. I loved our
You're a great guy,
conversation.
Michael. You did a
It's
great
just
job.
not the right thing
You're just
for
not
me
gonna buy
right
your
now.
package today.
And if anybody has experienced that, which I know everyone has, that is one of the most frustrating things in our industry is when someone patronizes you
And then
tells
does
you
not buy it.
how good of a job you've done,
It's an insult.
but yet didn't buy. It's like, hey, Mr. Johnson, if I did so good, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover. Don't tell me I did a good job because you're not buying my product and my job is to sell my product.
Also, what you gotta do to be firm, and I like what Corey is saying there, because if you believe in your product is what they need, you can be affirmative. And if you're confident in that, you can be affirmative, you can be direct, and you're straight to the point because you're gonna solve their problem and their need. So also to go back to say, how do you come across so genuine yet affirmative? Genuine, you have to be natural. You have to be yourself. And the funny thing is, I actually wrote that in here as well, because you have to be yourself at the end of the day, or it's not gonna work out for you. The guest right away is gonna be able to tell if you are making up a act or trying to sell them based off being a robot. Be natural, be affirmative, and knowing exactly what you are talking about. And also, really quickly, going back to being yourself, as I wrote this down here, throughout the pitch and your presentation, right away when you first talk to a guest, the tension is really high and the resistance is very high to buying what you have to sell your product. They don't want to be sold, and they don't want to have anything to do with what you're buying or what you're selling. Yet they have other things to do. You're wasting their time, and they don't want to hear about what you have to offer. Our job is to lower that persistence over time during your pitch and your presentation, so that way once you guys get to the closing part, it's a lot easier for you to close the deal. And by doing that, you have to be affirmative, yet you have to be genuine by being yourself, being confident and knowing what you're talking about. So let's talk about being confident. How do you create confidence in knowing what you're talking about? How do you become natural in what you actually do every single day, day in and day out? You know what you are going to say before you say it. You know what you don't know. Do you understand that? When a guest is going to ask you something, you want to know exactly what to say before you even say it. And if you study that over and over and over again, you're going to know exactly what you're going to say. So if you know what you're going to say for a rebuttal and objection that you get over and over and over again, you're going to be 100% more confident in saying what you're going to say. Rather than every day going in with a different pitch, going in with a different, way of controlling that objection or controlling the call, you're going to be all over the place. You're not going to be confident because you don't know what works.
And guys, I think it's very important, just to piggyback off what Joey said, it's okay to say, I don't know. that shows authenticity. That shows that you're being genuine. The guy who has, like, I'm a very quick-witted person. So I did some sales videos on the Sales Tips channel that talked about taking pauses or pregnant pauses to let things run through a guest's mind. If you're always coming right after them with a rebuttal, like, you sound like a salesman. And the whole purpose is you're trying to break down that wall so that they trust you. So if they ask you a question, it's okay to say, hey, Mr. Johnson, I don't know the answer to your question. So, matter of fact, I have my computer right here in front of me. Let me sit down. Let me Google what you're talking about, or I don't know. Let me put you on hold. Let me go talk to my supervisor. Or if you work in car sales and somebody asks you a question about the car, it's okay to say I don't know. Product knowledge is important, but certain questions, it doesn't ruin your credibility by not knowing the answer to everything.
Yep.
It actually raises your credibility that you have the self-awareness and you're being honest with them to say, hey, I don't know.
I don't know. Exactly. I like that. Instead of you're being yourself, instead of acting like you know exactly what you're talking about when you don't.
Because
Absolutely.
when you do, then you're just not being genuine anymore. And
No,
how do you expect,
you're not being yourself.
at the end of the day, how do you expect for somebody to believe you when you're not being genuine?
Exactly. So we were talking about money. We're also talking about time. So money was the first one in Mountain Net. We're going to talk about time very quickly. If you guys have some questions or concerns, just keep on throwing them through. We're going to do our best I can just to get you guys going there.
We have a control center running that's running all of our questions. So any questions that you guys answer or any questions you guys
just send
ask
them through.
will be answered.
What's your phone password?
Okay, perfect. So really quickly,
1,
guys,
2, 3,
time.
1, 2, 3.
Time is never a real issue if you think about it, because you can always. Well, let me put it this way: if you can make time to save the money, if we can show you how to make more money and make more time, you will make the time to save more money. Does that make sense? If I can show you how to save more money and make more money, you're gonna take the time and make the time to make more money and save more money. Does that make sense? So time is never really an issue.
The one thing I want to piggyback off that is I want you guys to comment. Tell me if anyone's ever had a problem with guests saying that they don't have the time to even listen to what you have to say. I just want to know in the comments, does people say anything to you that says, I don't have the time right now, like,
Oh, I'm busy.
I'm busy, I gotta go.
Can you call me later? Can we do this at a different time?
The good thing to come in with that is, like I said, agree with them. Oh, you don't have time. I totally understand. Mr. Johnson, you know what? I take responsibility for the fact that you don't have time today. You know what? It's my fault that you don't have time. But what I have for you, I promise that if you give me 2 minutes of your really busy schedule, I'm going to save you time in the future.
Yeah.
So I'm going to save you time and money by you giving me the 2 minutes right now. I promise you that the value proposition of what I have is going to save you time and money in the future. So I know that you're busy right now. It's my fault for calling you and talking to you right now. I take responsibility. But at the end of the day, if you do give me 2 minutes of your super busy schedule right now, I'm going to save you time and money in the future.
Absolutely. And that goes again, time would never be an issue if, once again, you can prove the value to Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. If you're able to prove the value of what they're getting, time is not going to be an issue. Number one, if we can show you how to make more money, and number two, we can show you how to save more money, you're going to make the time to save more money and make more money every single time. Corey's asking, do you believe
You guys have over 30 viewers combined on all.
people feel better saving money or spending more? Well, it depends on what you're trying to buy. People always love to save money, but people always love to spend more. That's why there's such things called upselling. You can always upsell somebody if they're getting the value in everything they're buying. So if you can save people more money, but at the same time give them more
Yep.
value, they're going to want to save more money and spend more money at the same time. Does that make sense, Corey? If you're able to show somebody the value in what they're spending in, you're going to save them more money while they're spending more money with you. You understand? So let's say if you're buying a package deal, if you're a wholesaler, if you want to sell a package of different products or services you have to offer all through once to one person, what you do is you show them the value in a bulk package, so that way you give to them a discounted price or an extra incentive that they wouldn't get if they would just buy one product from you.
And I want to add on to that, because what I want to say is that at the end of the day, if you can give someone a 90% discount on a product or service, then doesn't that mean they have to spend 10%?
Yep.
They have to spend money to save money. Like, you're not selling a product that's free. So what you're telling somebody is that I'm going to save you money, but at the end of the day, that still means they have to spend money. So like with us, when we say 70 to 90% off, that means they have to spend 10 to 30% with you right now
In order to save.
the 90. Like,
That's
I
all
mean,
deep.
guys, like, money.
And as for the business, man, be persistent, be persistent. If you ask for somebody's credit card one time and they say no, and you say, okay, have a great day, this might not be for you, maybe sales might not be for you, because you need to be persistent and understand people are going to tell you no more than they tell you yes. But at the end of the day, it's a numbers game in sales, and we deal with objections and rebuttals every single day.
Guys, it's important to have consistency. It's important to be persistent. But
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite one. Not to cut you off, Michael, but this is going to get really, really good right here, guys. How do you keep energy and not lose courage?
that
Your
piggybacks
mindset.
off what I was just saying.
If you don't know your why and why you're in sales, you might as well go work at, the movie theater, Walmart, McDonald's, wherever to make an hourly wage. Because why are we all in sales? I'm going to show you guys why we're in sales.
We're in sales.
And I was actually going to hold this and to keep it for myself, but if you look at it, for 2 weeks in sales, I made a $4,000 check just in commissions. And that's in 2 weeks.
Bring it up closer.
I don't know if you can see that, but it's in 2 weeks, February.
Guys,
13.
with what we do.
That's why we're in sales.
With what we do, our hourly pay
My taxes.
is our taxes.
Keep that, bro. This is what I want. 4 stacks in 2 weeks. I'm 24 years old. If I can make $4,000 in 2 weeks in sales, I'm not gonna go back to working a 9 to 5. That's why we're in sales, is to make the money that you can't make working at Walmart, Ross, the movie theater, or even for your parents' little business. So that's where it's at. That's why we're in sales. And also, if you guys aren't in sales, if you guys are in sales, your mindset has to be on point. You have to be confident. You have to know your why, first off. Why do you wake up every morning to go to work and sell to make money? Why do you wake up in the morning to go to work? If your why isn't getting you up and making you fired up to go to work and make $4,000 in 2 fucking weeks, then I don't know what's going to fire you up. I don't know what's going to fire you up. The planet
Guys,
is flooded with
the whole point of all
money.
this is to teach how to do that. Our business, just as a little sneak peek, is True Revenue Pros. What we're doing is we are taking small businesses, implementing the things that we're talking about right here today into their small business so that we can increase their sales. So at the end of the day, that check, that's what our whole business is based upon, is to teach people how to do that so that they can get checks like that. And just so you guys know, that wasn't his best check. That was his average check. That's not like the best one that we've ever hit.
But
That was
also,
just a
we're top
normal check.
performer. Yeah, we're top performers where we work. Not everybody is going to make that money. This isn't going to
If you
guarantee
keep watching
you great
this, you
results.
will.
But if you take our knowledge that we are learning from other people who are multimillionaires, which we will be soon, because we're doing exactly what they did, you just gotta follow the steps. That's it, and just do exactly what we do. Two years ago, I was running a construction and landscaping business, doing landscaping and construction sales, right? So it's all sales, but I was busting my butt in the hot ass sun, working a 9 to 5, making only $500 a week for some guy who was collecting, commission $10,000-$20,000 check for selling a construction contract and making a lot of fucking money. So when I seen somebody make a lot of money just off selling, and I was doing the hard work while somebody else was making the big money, I started to think, I was like, yo, why can't I do that and have other people do the hard work and I make the sales? Sales is where it's at.
On what he's saying right now, you can either go to somebody who decides how much you're worth, or you can work your ass off every day and you can decide what you're worth.
Absolutely.
When somebody presented me with a job that said, hey, Michael, you can create your paycheck based on your work ethic. If you work your ass off, you're going to get more money. Instead of some guy telling me that I'm worth $22 an hour, and I'm saying to myself, like, wait a minute, I know I'm worth more than that. I'm not worth $22 an hour. I think I'm worth $10,000 an hour. So that's what drives me every day in sales, is to make sure that I'm pushing myself to get better, to make more money. So guys, it's important to decide how much do you feel like you're worth, and then put in the work to make sure that you're getting the results to get the money that you feel like you're worth.
Yeah.
Because your work ethic decides how much you make in sales.
You don't make $4,000 in a week without going over shit like this. Or look, once again, we have all these people who need help with all these different things, and it's just like, how to stay positive, being yourself, having energy, read customers. They don't want to listen to me, staying consistent with the same thing, burnt out, managing emotions, pitching in cruise control, pushing through a negative or dry gas, handling rejection. Like, these things are all simply what you guys have to do on a daily basis in order to be good at sales. Daily basis, guys. You can't take a day off and expect to be good. You think Michael Jordan took a day off and he became that good? No. Why do you think everyone is comparing LeBron to Jordan right now? But LeBron has taken all these days off, so he doesn't compare to the greatest there is out there. The greatest, they don't take days off. If you look on SportsCenter, ESPN right now, they're talking about LeBron isn't as great as Michael Jordan because he is taking time off when it's time to be great right now. Jordan didn't take time off. That's why he's the greatest. And when people are talking to you and you're selling them the product, you guys understand, why are they in front of you? So we're going to go back to that, which is their need. If someone is telling you no need because you have money, time, and now we're on need, if you're taking notes. Mountain Net, remember that? MT, money, time, and need is going to be the N. So no need. Some people, they don't need what you're offering, and some people don't need exactly what you're offering. They don't know they need what you're offering. So it's for us to create that need and that trigger event so that they know exactly what they need. It might be our job to tell them that they need what we're offering because they might not even know they need it. So the guest understands that then they need what you're offering. Does the guest understand they know what you're offering? Do they need what you're offering? You have to understand that. Number one, it's going to say LeBron over Jordan. All right, number one, they're going to say no, they don't need what you're offering, or yes, they do need what you're offering. So throughout the presentation, throughout the product and the pitch, you have to let them understand why they need what you're offering. Once they understand they need what you're offering, it's a beautiful thing. It's going to click like that. The kicker is just because they need it doesn't mean they're always going to buy it. So then you have to create that urgency because they can always buy it from somebody at a later time. They can always do it from somebody else. They can always do it next week. They can always do it another way. But you want to tell them, if you don't take the time to do it right now because you need this, you're going to waste more money. You're going to waste more time. and you're gonna lose out on the extra incentives and the bonuses that we're actually giving out today just for taking advantage of our great offer. So also, once you guys get in front of the person and you show them that they need something, just because they need it, once again, they're not going to always buy it. You have to create that urgency. And that's what comes into the U, which is the urgency. And you have to understand, is it really that urgent for the guest? We have to show them that they need to take action. In other words, if they don't take action now, they're going to lose money. They're going to miss out on a great opportunity. And you have to be able to make the customer feel like it's this type of urgency that they need to take advantage of right now.
And guys, for mindset and motivation, you have to know what works for you. I've talked about this in a lot of my videos. Where is it going to the gym every day? Is it having the right diet? Is it on your way to work you listen to Jay-Z?
All of that.
Is it you figure out what gets you pumped up? What motivates you, and that's what puts you in the right mindset. Because I'll tell you one thing, you're going to get a lot less sales on the days that you don't have the right mindset than the days that you come in ready to go.
Absolutely.
So sometimes you feel like you're in that zone and you can kill it and you can crush it, and other days you don't feel that way. If you have more days where you're in that zone, you think your sales are going to get better? You think you're going to do better? That's why I wanted to shout out Tanya Lambert, because Tanya has done so much to every single day push the people on her team to be happy and positive and motivated and drive.
She pushes me, I'm not even on her team.
So guys, like to not only have a mentor, like if you watch Grant Cardone or Gary Vee or Victor Anthony or
True Revenue Pros, Michael Kelly and Joseph
or
Sanchez.
if you watch our sales tips channels, guys, whatever works for you, that's what you need to focus on. That's what you need to do. And you need to set a daily ritual for yourself that every day you're going to do it the same way. So every day you're going to be, doing the things that work. So it's important to make sure that you guys are continuing every single day to do what's working for you, to find out what creates the right mindset for you. Because this is about production. And in sales, last week doesn't matter. Last week doesn't matter until you get your paycheck. When you come in on Monday, it's a new week. You might have had 30 sales on Sunday, but on Monday, you have 0. So it's no longer, it's always a reset.
It's always a reset. You got to be able to change your mindset every single day for it to be positive. No matter what, if you're getting 10 people that you can't sell, let's say you set up 10 appointments and you did not close one of those sales. Tomorrow you got to come in and set up appointments and go through that again. Are you going to go into that with a mindset that is weak and say, damn, yesterday I didn't close any of these, today I'm probably not going to close any of them either. Fuck, you're fucked right away from the beginning. You might as well you might not even come to work. Stay home, stay in bed. Because if you don't have the right mindset, right away, you got to get your mind right. And how do you get your mind right? It's very, very simple. You have to understand how the position you're in right now, others aren't even able to be in close to a position that you're in right now. So number one, be humble, wake up happy, be grateful, understand that you are in a position right now that a lot of people, others, wish that they can be in your position.
Guys, you have
to
a
make
job.
a check. You got a job. You wake up every single day to go to work and to make $100,000 a year if you can make it happen. That alone should be your fucking, your push, your energy, your mindset.
I know that
gets me fired up.
I know we're talking shit about, McDonald's, but like, having a job, period, is something that not everyone has an opportunity to have right now. So, the fact that you have a good job, where you have the ability to get paid based off your work ethic,
the risk that you take,
the opportunity is ridiculous.
Is unbelievable. The risk, you're going to reap the rewards for the risk that you guys take to be in sales. Because think about it, in sales, guys, if we don't sell, we don't make any money, right? Exactly. So if you don't sell, you're not making any. You're not
There's
making
some
any
places
money.
that don't even give you that
Some
hourly.
people don't even give you hourly if you guys are in sales. So everybody on YouTube, I'm not forgetting about you up here. I'm sorry, I'm looking directly here at Facebook. the
I'm
whole
paying
time.
attention to you.
But we all got you guys up here. Sorry,
I'm
guys.
paying attention to you.
But everybody, if you're in sales and you're not getting paid an hourly wage and you're just getting paid commission, you're taking a risk to make a lot more money than you would if you just work an hourly job. So that right there, you gotta understand the risk that you're taking is gonna benefit you, and understand the risk that you're taking. Understand that the risk is that you can make a lot of money by being in sales. I've only been in sales for about 2 years, and it changed my freaking life. I used to bust my butt working 9 to 5, making $500 a week.
Guys, I used to dig holes
Me too.
and crawl through sewers, but I've been a salesman since I was 4 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
I traded my tricycle for a better tricycle
Yep.
to my neighbor.
Got
so
him.
once I figured out that, holy shit, this is what I do. Like, I can sell myself. I had a lot of cute girlfriends. I had friends. It's important to me. So I knew that I could sell. So I'm like, why don't I start making money off selling? Because it's what I can do. So find out what you... Everybody in here right now, you might not be the best salesman in the world. Sales might not be your industry, but sales is life. So no matter what industry, no matter what you do, you can learn from all these things because they're gonna make you better.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
gonna make you. I don't care if you're a clothing designer. You're gonna know the attention of the consumers, and you're gonna understand what's gonna make someone buy your thing.
And you guys also gotta understand, when you're selling a product to somebody, and whether it's a cold call, whether it's a warm lead, whether any type of sales you guys are in, everybody is selling something. Exactly, Corey. Everybody sells something. Everything is sales at the end of the day, and I'm glad you said that right while I'm talking about this, because it is very simple. And if you're able to sell somebody a product, let's say you're in car sales, and you deal with people that walk in and walk out of your car dealership every single day, but only a few of them buy a car. Do people understand why only a few of them buy a car from the same people in there all the time? They took
I want to
a
hear
study.
from Corey too. While he's saying this, Corey, can you, comment the objections that you get? Can you comment like, oh?
Yeah. So Corey, this is my buddy. He's a Forex trader, Corey Malachi. Very smart, young, ambitious dude. He also sells Kangen water. Shout out to him if you guys need some Kangen water and you need to get your body right. Shout out to Corey.
I just want to hear some of the objections that people are getting, so we can live role play right here, and we can kind of think of
shoot me something.
the
Corey,
rebuttal.
when you sell somebody a water machine, what do you normally get from them? What's the number one thing you try to overcome by selling them your Kangen and Magic water machine that Mr. Grant Cardone owns himself? Tell me something like that.
Guys, there was one thing that I wanted to talk about last night that is really important to me, and this was the basis of what I wanted to talk about during the live stream. Was I challenge all of you. Now, this is some practical advice that you can take and do today, right now. Sit down, take your top 3 objections that you're hearing. So the financial, the spousal, the whatever your top 3 commitment, whatever your top 3 objections are, take a piece of paper and write down the top 3 that you're consistently hearing. Then I want you to write right next to that, write down your knee-jerk or your gut reaction, what your brain tells you to say right afterwards. Then what I want you to do after that is what Joey just drew, is show it to all the cameras. Cross it out. Cross those 3 things out. because obviously if you're continuing to hear them, then they're not working. So what I want you to do next, after you cross them out, is I want you to dive into the theory behind why you're getting these objections.
Yep.
I call this putting out the fire before it begins. So I think that if you're, like we talked about earlier, getting a spousal objection, it's because you are not getting the needs and wants of Mrs. Johnson and selling Mr. Johnson that you solved the needs and wants on his wife. So it works for car sales, it works for everything. So think of the theory behind what your actual objections are and why you're getting them. Not only the rebuttal that comes out of your mouth, figure out how to eliminate them. Figure out how to work into your pitch so that you don't even have to deal with them anymore because you're doing a better job at stopping it from even happening. So if you guys can sit down today, write down your top 3 objections, write down your gut or your knee-jerk reaction to those objections, what you would normally say, cross those out, and then really dive into the theory behind why you're
Which one's on
getting these
YouTube?
objections.
Oh.
So what I really want you guys to do
You
is
just put it on
to
your side.
understand
Oh, I know.
what is going on that these people are saying these things.
All right, so Corey, that was great. I like that. That was real good. Corey, Grant has 3 Kangans. You gotta sell him the 4th one, bro. All right, look, $4,000. So you're
5th
saying
and the 6th.
you're saying that they're asking me $4,000. Like, what the hell am I gonna pay $4,000 for a water machine when I can go buy like some Fiji for like $1 or $2? You gotta show them the value, bro. Show them the value. Understand why you're spending the $4,000 with me. Understand what this water is gonna do for you.
$4,000 to
Rather
steal.
than this Fiji water, show them why your Kangen water is gonna work for them, bro.
$4,000 to steal.
Because that's why yet I've been able to buy my Kangen water from Machine Water, because you can't show my girlfriend the value of that machine. I'm really pissed off because I really want a machine. So show us the value, understand why, because we spend money on this stuff every single day. Every single day. Water. Amen. Show them the value, bro. Let them know exactly what they're getting. How much money do you spend on water on a yearly basis? If you buy a bottle of water every single day for a year, let's say this bottle of water costs me $2 or $3, right? That's $100 a month, guys. You guys are spending on water. Well, 90 if you really think about it. So think about it. If you're spending that every single day on water, Corey, let them know. Over 5 years, you're going to be spending more than what you would spend on this machine. And this is something that you can make lifetime residual income off of as well. So not only going to be getting your water for free, but you're also going to be making a lot of money off selling the same machine to the same friends, the same way I just sold you the machine. Exactly. So that chart
is a steal.
4,000 is a steal, bro. You gotta understand.
Because I'm dealing with Corey. Like, Corey's here today.
Dude, if I could trade you this check for a Kangen water machine, I would do it. I would do it, but I gotta know the value. I gotta know the value, man. I gotta know why I should buy your Kangen water machine over this Fiji water I got right in front of me. I'm buying Fiji and not your machine. Why am I doing that?
Value.
Value. I don't know your value, man. You gotta show me your
But
value.
another thing that comes with value, and this is funny, is you're part of the value.
Yeah, exactly.
The person that they're talking to right there, the salesman, I'm part of the value. Hey, Mr. Johnson, buying my Kangen water machine. Oh yeah, sure, you can shop around, you can talk to other people, but you're not gonna get what you're getting right now, here today, with me, because I'm the best there is. So if you have that confidence, if you have the just pure confidence that you're the best damn Kangen water salesman that's gonna come to his door ever, or his business ever, or be in front of him ever, and for him doing it today, he's saving himself later, he's saving his family from getting cancer
Yep.
and having fluoride and all that. but you're part of the value.
Absolutely.
You're part of it. So
you gotta sell yourself while you're selling the fucking Kangen water machine for $4,000. You're part of the $4,000, man.
Guys, it
understand
makes me
that.
around and I hear agents who will do their intro, who get is not interested.
No, I'm not interested.
Because there's no engagement.
There's no value. Stop selling and start closing.
You haven't brought them into the conversation with you. You haven't bounced things off of them and said like, hey, so wait, 4 days and 3 nights. Is that enough time for you to be out there?
Is 6 months enough time for you guys to try? Cut them. I learned something from this guy. When you're asking about a product and you're selling them something, you gotta get in their head, man. You gotta understand. You gotta be inside their head and knowing what they're gonna say before they even freaking say it.
You
know
should
what I mean?
have a solution for the
everything.
question that you're asking.
Yes.
Before you even ask it.
Know the answer to your question before you even ask it, because number one, you're gonna know exactly what that answer is.
Hey
and
guys,
it's extremely rebuttable.
comment what industry you're in. Comment what type of sales you do. I feel like we can create more value for you than just talking about random industries.
Absolutely.
So like whatever industry you guys are in, whatever you sell on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
We got any comments over there?
Whatever you guys sell, the people just telling us we're the greatest. Oh, here's a good one.
I cannot make
any decision with
without
my spouse.
Wow.
So what you've done wrong there
No value.
is you have not sold the absent spouse.
You haven't.
It's called selling the absent spouse. So you have maybe figured out Mr. Johnson's wants and needs.
But Mrs. Johnson.
Mrs. Johnson, you haven't even brought her up yet.
You don't even know her name.
So if you can find out Cindy Johnson's wants and needs, like we were talking about earlier, for some of you that are just coming into the live stream, you need to sell the people that aren't there. You need to sell the ones that are not involved in that direct conversation.
At the same time, be proactive rather than reactive, guys. Include the spouse in the decision making at all times, rather than just Mr. Johnson. Hey, Mr. Johnson, what do you and the spouse like to do? What are some of the things that you and the spouse are looking for? Right from the beginning. Don't just focus it on Mr. Johnson, because he's going to go then relate all that to Mrs. Johnson and then ask her what does she want to do, because he can't make a decision without his spouse.
But if Mr. Johnson is telling you that I have to go talk to the spouse, that means that you have not convinced him that she's going to be happy with what he brings home.
But if you understand why Mrs. Johnson would want what you're offering to Mr. Johnson, and you can relay that to Mr. Johnson, he's not going to have to make a decision without his wife or his spouse, whether it's a wife or a husband. Doesn't matter, nowadays, who knows? But with his spouse not being there, single, married, cohabitating, you have to be able to converse with the absent spouse without the absent spouse even being there, if that makes sense.
You need to know the things that are going to make her happy, so that you're selling him that Mrs. Johnson is going to want it.
So Texas Spoon Tapper, I think you wrote on our YouTube there, sir.
Yeah, Texas Spoon Tapper.
I cannot make any decisions without my spouse. Of course you can, because we're going to tell you exactly why your spouse, at the same time we're selling you.
But first, you need to agree with him. But you need to agree with him a very strategic way. So what you want to say is something like, Mr. Johnson, I totally agree with what you're saying, because I'm the same way. I make all the decisions with my significant other, because this is something that Mrs. Johnson is going to have to be happy with as well.
Yes.
Because we want you guys to both have a good time.
Absolutely.
So take it and spin it.
Yep.
So you're not saying, I agree that you can't make the decision today without your spouse.
No, don't give power to the objection. Never.
No, you want to agree with the fact that the spouse has to be happy with the end result as well.
Yes.
So what you guys really want to do is take the time to say, hey, I know what you're saying. I do the same thing. I get it. So at the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can find out the wants and needs of Mrs. Johnson, and then you can convince Mr. Johnson that Mrs. Johnson will be happy with what he's buying today with you.
Exactly. And understand, guys, Tatiana, I think you're in phone sales. I think I remember I used to work with you in phone sales. Are you still doing phone sales? Because think about it, guys. While you're developing the content, as I'm looking at here, we got a lot of stuff coming in. Do you recommend any book recommends to keep you invested and consume the right mindset way of life? Absolutely, guys. You know what I go by?
Yeah,
if you want something to read, this is a lot
you see
here.
his Instagram?
So like,
His Instagram.
you see all this, guys? I'm not lying. This is Grant Cardone's
His Facebook.
Mastering Objections.
Can you see like
look
the
how
comments
much?
that
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
If you see any
Look at
good
this.
ones, I'm still.
This is work, guys. What you call work. Study this shit.
Okay.
So if you grab any good questions, because they're rolling through so fast, like if you see any good, then pick them out and drop them on us.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Because we
also,
wanna
guys.
answer any questions that you guys have.
We want to start answering some good questions here. So if you guys, okay, so send us your stories, questions. Yep, send us all those guys.
Sorry, I deleted that. I accidentally put an extra link in it.
Oh, it says. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I deleted
That's.
it. I accidentally.
Okay, so I don't know what they say or I don't know what they like, although they have been together X amount of time. Of course you do. They're lying to you. How do you not know what somebody likes when you've been with them for X amount of time?
Okay,
So what kind of
Yvette.
questions would you ask?
So,
Yvette, me and you have talked about this because you heard me do it. I cut off spousal objections because I'll say, Mr. Johnson, if you don't mind me asking, I know that you said you want to go talk to the spouse, and I agree that this is something that you should, she needs to be happy with as well as you. So, what I want to know, it not being too personal, I mean, how long have you and Mrs. Johnson been married? And he's going to say 20 years. And I'm going to say, okay, I totally understand that this is maybe a decision that you guys need to make together. But at the end of the day, you want her to be happy with the end result. So, Mr. Johnson, without going and talking to Mrs. Johnson, you've been married to her for 20 years. You know her better than I do. You know her better than anyone does. So if she was sitting right there, what would Mrs. Johnson say right now to what we're talking about? Because after being married for 20
include
years,
the spouse there. What would she say?
what would she say?
What would she think about
And Mr. Johnson, let's be honest. I'm not talking to you as a salesman. I'm talking to you as a human being. After you've been married to somebody for 20 years, you know if she's going to want to go to Myrtle Beach or not.
it? Absolutely.
So if you just want to get off the phone with me and you're using it as an excuse, be blunt. Come out and be direct.
Absolutely.
If you just want to get off the phone with me right now and you're saying like that you need to go talk to her because you don't want to buy what I have to sell, again, I take responsibility for that because I have not created enough value for you.
You haven't.
But at the end of the day, Mr. Johnson, you and I both know that after being married for 20 years, you know what her response is going to be.
Every
Now, you
single
might
time.
not know the details of it, but Mr. Johnson, we can't plan out the details of it on this 12-minute phone call.
You get
So
plenty of
that's why
time
we
to
give
plan
you
it
plenty of
together.
time to plan it together. And guys, like I said, I know that we're getting specific to our industry, but the question was asked by somebody who's in our industry,
Yeah.
so that's why we went so specific there. But I mean,
Like this one, Gabrielle's asking, what about, so if I can't make it, can I get my money back? So let's just say, what's your refund policy? If I don't like your service, or I don't like your product that you're offering, can I get my money back? Alright, number one, if you have no refund, no transfer.
because I think I'm going to go a totally different direction. So I
And
want
it's great.
to hear what you have to say about
So
this.
number one, what I would say would be simply, okay,
Well, I don't want to sell this.
if you guys are looking to cancel the product or return our service and what we're offering, we probably don't need to be giving it to you from the beginning. Anyways, you don't want to come off as blunt and tell them that, but
Well, what would be
understand
your concern?
you don't want to tell them, or you don't want to sell them something that they're going to want to cancel or return. So number one, you got to create enough urgency and enough value and enough need and want in order for them not to even ask you that question. So be proactive rather than reactive and deal with it before they even give you that objection. So if I can't make it, can I get my money back? I would say number one, man, this is a live promotion. You can only take advantage of this on today's phone call. So it is a limited time off for the great value that you're actually getting today. But what would be the main concern on passing up the great objection?
The great objection.
The great offer, I'm sorry. What's your main objection on the greatest on the offer today? So what they're gonna say is one or two objections, and then you gotta figure out the main objection. Once you come down to the main objection, solve that problem, 9 out of 10 times you gotta sell. But you gotta be persistent, you gotta ask why and what is their main objection multiple times, so that way you get the real answer. There is, what are they called? Early objections, right?
Early interrupts.
Early interrupts. So early interrupts are called smoke screens. They're gonna throw something at you that's not gonna
An
be
objection
real.
is until you ask for the payment.
An early interruption in a pitch is before you ask for somebody's credit card. If you ask for somebody's credit card and then they object you, that's a real objection. That's a real emotional objection. Beforehand, it's just an early interruption. It's a smoke screen. It's something that you have to
It
get
might not
through
even be
in
a
order
real
to see.
objection at
Yeah.
that point. They might just be trying to be nice and tell you that they
In
don't
a polite
want it.
way. I don't got
But
time
the way
for
that objections are labeled are after you ask for the credit card, that's an objection.
Exactly. So if I can't make it, can I get my money back? Build enough value so you don't even have to ask that, and also show them
Open
the
up the
need
email.
and the want that they need, so that way they don't
There's
ever.
some questions on the email. Okay, we just said. So the direction that I wanted to take it, this is so the way that I handle that is that I say I give them worst case scenario. So I say, Mr. Johnson, I totally understand what you're saying. You're worried about, if it's refundable. You're worried about making sure that you get your money back.
Sell the pen to Michael on live.
My thing
This person wants you to sell the pen to Michael
is
on live.
that
And slow down a bit.
when somebody says, "Can I get my money back?" I say, "Look, worst case scenario here, absolute worst case scenario that could ever happen. You lose $99. That's a worst case scenario. Now, us as a company, me as the company that you're dealing with today, the company that you're dealing with today isn't going to allow for that to happen. Like, we're not going to put you in a position where you're going to lose the money.
I got it. Go ahead.
Like, but my way of handling that is by just literally saying the worst case scenario. So, I get what you're saying, Mr. Johnson. Actually, the product that we sell, we are so confident that you're going to be happy with it, is that, no, we don't offer refunds because you're not going to want to get a refund. Now, our team will exhaust every option to make sure that you can use what I'm selling you, but at the end of the day, I'll straight up tell them what the worst case scenario is that you lose $99. That's the absolute worst thing that could happen in the next 18 months if you don't use my product. Worst case scenario, you lose $100. So that's the absolute worst case scenario. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the best case scenario. You get to bring your kids down to see Disney. You're going to have an experience. You're going to have things that you can create lifetime memories with. Mr. Johnson, do you remember the sweater that your grandma bought you when you were 7 years old on your birthday?
Oh, that's
or do you
emotional.
remember the vacation that you took?
That's emotional right there. I like
So
that.
we sell on emotion and impulse. Guys, there's a thing called the impulse curve.
Ooh.
You need to hit the close on the highest impulse. When you get that
Get up there.
emotion,
Get up there.
impulse, emotion.
That's good, man.
When you're raising them up, they're a curve. When they cross, it's time to close. That's where you hit the close.
Exactly.
And I'm hoping that we can give you guys practical advice right now that is something that you can implement in your sales tomorrow, today, next week. We're trying to give you practical advice so that at the end of the day, you can actually take these things and use them to be able to get more sales. Our whole thing here is increasing sales, which will increase income. So the main thing that I like to do is present the worst case scenario, make it sound like it's nothing, and then turn around and close. So yeah, Mr. Johnson, great point. Is it refundable? No, it's not. Me and my company believe that our product is so valuable that that's not even going to be an option. You're not going to need to.
They're not going to want it.
refund.
You're going to create that value and that need.
But worst case scenario, you lose $99. Now, Mr. Johnson, we're not going to let that happen. That's not going to happen. We're going to exhaust every option to make sure it doesn't happen. So be blunt, be direct, tell them what it is. Everyone, your own fears are what's stopping you a lot of times from getting sales, or you get jaded because you've sold for so long that you know what objections normally come your way.
Absolutely.
And you're scared of them, or you have fear to combat those.
No.
So at the end of the day, you need to come in and forget about those, and each phone call is a reset. Each person that walks in the dealership is a reset. Each door you knock on is a reset. As a salesman, you need to have a real short memory.
My mom asked a question.
Each sale is the best one.
Okay, but what would you do? What would you do
That's
to
my
avoid
mom.
reaching the point of client asking if I can get my money back? Tell me in a few point form sentences.
So
What would you do to avoid reaching the point of a client
no,
asking?
what she's saying is, how can you during your pitch while you're
Avoid.
selling things avoid that objection?
Okay, be
That's-
proactive rather than reactive. That's exactly what we're talking
but
about.
that's one of those things where, first of all, that's not something that happens very often. And the reason that it's happening is because the guest has fear. So there's 3 reasons people aren't going to buy from you.
Also, write down the news. What products are you selling? What industry are you in? What are you selling? What can we touch on there for you if you want to throw that in there?
Yeah, because it's
What is your
important.
customer? What is your client asking to get their money back from?
The reason people aren't buying from you is value.
Value.
They have fear that they're not going to use your product.
No need and value.
Or at the end of the day, you haven't got their attention.
Yep.
There's no interest.
They don't know they need your product. They don't know they need your product.
Guys, how do
If
you
they need your product, they're not going to ask for their money back. If you're showing them the value of what your product has to offer, guys, and it is giving them a solution to their problem, selling clothes online, that's perfect.
Hey,
Number one,
Alan, you want me to sell a pen? Was that the question?
Yeah, they want
Who
you
said
to
sell the pen?
In the YouTube.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. Sell the pen.
In the YouTube comments,
That just fell
Alan,
down, babe.
I want you.
Can you get that?
If you really
It's
want
bad.
that to happen,
I'm trying.
I'll show you how
Okay.
to do it real quick. I'll show
Okay.
you how to do it so that
Sell
it's
the pen sell the pen is classic, bro. That's classic. I like that.
I hate it. Just so you know, I take a
Alright.
completely different take on it. I absolutely hate it because I think that it's stupid, and I think that as
Sell me this pen. I just sold you the pen. If I can give you this pen right now for the value that you're not getting the pen for, you're gonna buy the pen 100%. So once again, no matter if you're selling a pen or if Denise Walker is selling clothes online, show these guys the value, Denise.
So,
Show them why they're gonna want
Real
to
quick.
wear your clothes.
Denise,
And
what you're doing is you are virtually
Yeah.
selling people one-on-one.
Yeah.
So with you, production value matters.
Yep.
You have to have a good website.
Yep.
You have to have
be
good-
attractive.
You
Be
have
attractive.
You're fighting. There's so many sites out there that sell e-commerce clothing.
Yeah.
So what you need to do
Be
is
different.
You need to be different. Set yourself apart. You're fighting for the end.
You got a lot of
consumer's
competition. Lot of
attention.
competition.
So at the end of the day, you're going through
That's good.
the computer
That's
and
good.
you're virtually selling people one-on-one
That's good.
who look at your thing. So you can't do that by you personally.
Nope.
So you have to create on your platform the things that we're talking
So
about.
number one, you can create Snapchat accounts, you can create Instagram, you can create social media, Twitter, Facebook, which you're on now, obviously. If you're able to do that, are you selling your clothes on any of those social media sites? Do you have any accounts for Denise Walker's clothing line on store? Do you have anything that is attracting you, that traffic or that drive that is... Stream health is not good. The health. Check the... Did your phone die?
No.
Just the internet setting.
No.
Okay.
Low
So
battery.
anyways, man, that threw me off track. So while you're on social media, Denise, create more outlets for your customers to gain access to what you're offering. Does
And
that
nowadays,
make sense? Does that make sense? Because
you can target the exact demographic that you want, Denise.
and the exact demographic that your competition is out there slaying right now. They're out there selling more clothes and more shoes or whatever it is than you are right now because number one, they're in front of more people.
Yeah.
You got to get your product out in front of more people and let them know the value of what you're offering. Say, hey, come get this from me and not John across the street because mine is better, mine's cheaper. I get it to you faster, stronger, and better right here, right now.
I can guarantee you that me and this kid could set up a lemonade stand next to anyone in the world.
Yeah, and we'll sell more lemonade than they
We're
will.
gonna sell more lemonade. Even though their product is right next to ours, we're gonna promote prior.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
I don't like sugar, so
live
it'll be
things
sugar-free.
going on. We're gonna have different options. We're gonna have
Is
a
this the
different
new charger
avenue,
for my
a
box?
different
I
route.
don't know.
So e-commerce
Where'd you get
is
that from?
a very competitive industry,
Might be Michael.
and you need to separate yourselves from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, absolutely. Do something different. Get attraction, get attention, Denise. Understand that your competition is out there in front of more people than you right now. That's it. You know, that's really it.
Denise, my best advice for you would be to go to the top ones in your industry and find out what they're doing.
Yeah, simple. Top Google search the best
Spend 20
e-commerce
minutes a day.
online store
Spend 20 minutes a
and
day.
do what they do.
And you don't even have to do it in your realm.
No.
Literally, go on stuff that you wouldn't even necessarily be interested in. Check out sports apparel. Check out, people that are selling
Whatever you're selling.
computers. No, so I'm saying things that you aren't even selling. Spend 20 minutes a day going through different e-commerce sites that are selling something that you're not even selling because their site is still selling. So
Absolutely.
it's the same platform. So spend a little bit of time when you're on the train or the subway or taking an Uber or you sit down on your couch or you're drinking a cup of coffee. Spend a little time going through e-commerce sites and finding out what these people are doing that they're attracting their audience.
And closing deals. Stop selling and close deals. That's what we gotta do, Denise. Denise, stop selling your clothes online and start closing deals. That's what you gotta do at the end of the day. How do you close deals again, guys? Mountain Up. MTNUT.
Hey, the 6 people in the YouTube stream right now, there's a ton more actually. But I want everyone, comment your name in the comments so we know who's watching. Comment your name and the industry.
And Denise, was that helpful at all? Did you get anything from that? We need to go over some more things for you, because I want to help everybody out the best we can. This is our first time doing this live, guys, and we got some great content coming to you from all different industries, 2 different perspectives on 2 young guys that make a lot of money in sales. We've only been doing it for a short amount of time, so the top is the go. In sales, it's unbelievable. Preach. Thanks, Alan. Shout out Alan on YouTube. He's watching us. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. And the comments are going to fuel this content that we're going to do for the first couple ones. We got a lot of content to share with you guys.
This is a sneak peek into what our business is. So our business is our True Revenue Pros, that is to help businesses to increase their revenue with our strategies.
Sneak peek.
So all that we're doing right here, all this talking,
Get in
all
now.
these sales tips, if you guys
Before our prices go up.
if you own a small business, if you know someone who owns a small business, have them send their information to info@True Revenue Pros. We have the
At
email,
Gmail. At Gmail.
or True Revenue Pros at Gmail. We
Yep.
also have info at True Revenue Pros. Those are two places where they can send their info. We do free consultations, whether you're an e-commerce site, whether you own your own small business, whether it's a hair salon, a doctor's office, whatever it is.
We're here to get you guys
at the
more
end of the
sales and
day,
more
we're
customers.
here to help.
We're here to help everybody. Corey, what was the N and the U in Mount Nut? Okay, the N is no need. So understand, the customer might not understand they need what you're offering.
And that's your goal, to find out their needs.
Exactly. And the U is urgency. There's no urgency, Corey.
Oh, guys, this is
Like
the,
you're
this is
Kangen-
the big one. Because
Urgency.
if you can't create urgency,
Hey, I'm not urgent to buy your Kangen water machine. Why? Because
Hey,
there's
Corey.
100 other people that are
Corey,
selling the same machine.
great pitch, Corey. I like everything you did. You know what? I'm gonna shop around. I'm gonna
Yeah.
spend some time looking at some stuff. You know, come back next week.
Corey, I'll buy your machine next month when I get another
Yeah.
$4,000 commission check. Just not this one, because I just got a $4,000 commission check, but I'm still
And
not
I
gonna
mean,
buy it.
next month it's gonna be the same price.
There's no urgency, man.
Next month, or like, give me your card. You know, I mean, there's nothing gonna change in a month from now.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be $4,000, and I'm still gonna be able to contact you, right, Corey?
Exactly. So build that value and show me the urgency. Let me
Now.
know right now why I should buy your product, why it's gonna be best for me, and why I should stop spending money on Fiji every day and buy your fucking Kangen water machine,
You
dude.
can say to him, hey, fucking Mr. Johnson, that's great. If you want to talk to me next week, by the way, this Kangen water machine is going to be $5,000. When you call me next Thursday, it's going to be $5,000. And he's going to say to you, wait a minute.
Exactly.
Corey, you just told me that it's $4,000.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Today, right now, with me. But I'll send another rep back, and when that rep comes back, it's going to be $5,000.
Yeah.
Or if I come back, it's going to cost me time. It's going to cost me money for
Hey.
me to come back. So it's going to be more expensive, Mr. Johnson.
Hey.
Or we could just get this deal sealed up today. And I know with Kangen Water, Corey, you have real good financing and different options.
$50 down. I heard you got $50
Come
down
on,
for
man.
a $4,000 machine.
You can't get
Come on, bro.
$50, bro.
$50, bro.
$50, dude.
Come
Come on, man.
If I find someone that can sell me that Kangen water machine, I'll fucking buy it right now. Because I got $50. You got $50?
I got $50, I'll throw 25 on it.
I got $700 credit score as well, so I think I qualify.
Shout out to Yvette, who's live streaming on her TV right now so that she can hear it throughout her entire house
hey.
while she's doing her
Hey,
chores.
Corey, on YouTube, if you're on YouTube right now, Alan said, you mentioned that water machine so much, I will go buy one myself and I don't even drink water. Come on, man.
There's people out there.
How
You
much
need to-
commission did I get off of that right
You
there?
need to find the people that need and want your product.
Corey, this is a free sale for you, bro. Holler at Alan Ismike. If you're on our YouTube, look it up, bro. There's a sale for you right there waiting to happen. Let me know if you get that sale, too. I want a commission.
But I'm pretty sure that we sold it, Corey.
Yeah. And I don't even know what I'm selling.
I don't even know what I'm saying. It don't matter.
I'll cut you a good piece.
It
Thank
doesn't
you,
matter,
sir.
guys.
Me and Mike.
Product knowledge is very important during the sales process because product knowledge, you have to be able to answer questions so that people can have a better understanding of your product.
Absolutely.
So if you are involved in any type of sales, then get knowledgeable on what you're selling.
Absolutely.
If you're selling vacation packages, you better know all your destinations. You better know different places in each destination so that you can solve.
On my Facebook, bro. Look at the link on my Facebook. Go on YouTube. Sales tips right now. There's a sale waiting for you, bro. Come on.
If you search YouTube, just go to YouTube. Just go
Alan
to
wants his
YouTube.com
Kangen water machine.
and search
I'm gonna
Sales
post the link.
Tips Daily 3.
I'm posting the link on my site right now. I got
Yeah.
my manager back there posting the site.
Can we just shout out Gabby?
Can we shout out Gabby one time, man? She got a lot going on back there. You guys don't even know. But
Gabby's
we need a
been
sneak peek
crushing
back
it.
there.
You know,
She's back there hustling.
Gabby
with the light
runs
on
our
us.
operation, guys. Like Gabby is the one that keeps the fuel in the tank.
There's the link, Corey, right there, bro.
Boom.
Close that deal, son. Give me my commission.
You'll see the comments.
Jake Atkins, what up? Brady Gallers, what up, guys? Thank you for joining. Also, Eric Augustine, my biggest influencer in life, one of them, my dude. Shout out to him. Thank you, bro, for everything you've done for me. Yeah, we sell everything, guys. We sell everything. You guys want to learn how to sell? This is the link to get on. We've been on for about a good hour, going on 2 hours, and it's just fun, man. We're having a great time. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. An hour and 20 minutes we've been on live. We started this a little bit earlier, remember?
It don't matter.
But right now, guys, what are some more comments? What's up, Atkins? Jake Atkins? Ricardo Barajas! That's who I was waiting for, the car salesman, you used car salesman. I'm trying to help you guys out, man.
Ricardo.
Where you at? Vision? Vision of what? Wasion, Defiance, Ohio? Go buy a car from Ricardo Barajas one time, man. You got that new Jeep out there, limited edition.
I'm from Northwest Indiana. Like,
this guy.
Ricardo, the key for you is to
sales. He's a car salesman. We'll go to Ricardo here. Give him some good stuff.
Ricardo, you're familiar with Polk? Are you familiar with Polk, Ricardo? Put in the comments. Let me know that you know what Polk is.
Polk.
Polk Data.
Polk Data, baby. If you don't know that, you're missing out, Ricardo.
Because just for anyone who isn't in that business, there's a Polk Data for a lot of different businesses. But what that is it shows you the exact people that are looking for your product. So I use Mr. Johnson as the generic prospect or customer all the time.
You got 3 sales of it.
If Mr. Johnson is looking up a 2013 white Nissan Altima on Google and Auto Trader and all that, Polk provides you with the data.
Yep.
So now all you have to do
Close
is
the deal.
find Mr. Johnson and get him in your door.
Close the deal, Ricardo.
So with car sales, you have to work. Car sales is about appointments because you have so many people that are just shopping around that don't actually have an intent to buy.
Absolutely.
So those people, you need to get them to like you, get them to trust you, all that, and then bang, you need to close them on the follow-ups and things. So the sales cycle for car sales is a lot longer than the sales cycle of something we do. So we
you're in front of somebody. We're over the phone. You're in front of somebody. You got body language. You got different things that you can react to people.
And that's something I really had to work on, guys, because I mean, obviously I have a beautiful face and all that. So like I come from a family that's an old school family that taught me how to be respectful and taught me how to make eye contact with people. They taught me how to keep the right posture, how to articulate. I had to learn how to convert that when I'm talking on the phone. And for someone like Ricardo, who does car sales, he has to do both.
Yeah.
Because he has to do that direct sale. He has to win them over on the first meeting.
Yeah.
Then he has to call, line up that follow-up, and he has to use voice inflection and things like that.
What's your process for follow-up after a sale?
So the key is...
Since you're selling cars, your process is...
You need to find out the needs and wants of that customer. First of all, as far as I'm concerned, the first meeting is more about likability, rapport, and trust. And you need to let them know that, hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to advise you throughout this whole process. I'm going to be here to help you. Really? I could care less if you buy the car or not. See, when I sold cars, I only presented myself as I was a young college kid who, no matter what, I get $150 off a car sale. So it doesn't matter to me if you buy it for $30,000 or if I can get it for you for $20,000, I'm gonna get the same commission. So Mr. Johnson, what I'm here to do is I'm here to help you from now till you drive off the lot in that car to get you exactly what you want and need for the best price possible.
Absolutely. Now, are you asking what's your process for follow-up after you sold them or after you try to sell them? Because there's 2 different ways. If you're asking the process after you sell somebody in order to keep their business, in order to keep that retention, low, or after you try to sell them?
Are you talking about the follow-up after the initial meeting or are you talking about
After an actual set, after you just sold them a
them the car?
Because after you sold them a car, man, you follow up with them. You ask them, hey, how's your
Yeah,
car?
you need to be
How's-
involved.
You need to be involved. So that
How's
way,
it
next
going?
time they go buy a car,
Happy?
next time they go buy a car, they're coming straight to you.
Not only that, Ricardo, but they're also going to say, hey,
You need to go get your car
Sally,
fixed.
my neighbor.
They might need a car.
There's this guy down the street, Ricardo.
I just bought a car
I just
from
bought
him.
This car. This
He's
guy
calling
helped
me. He's helping
saved
me.
so much money.
After deal. Listen, after deal. So after your deal,
Care. You must care.
Call them, reach out to them, say and let them know. Say, hey, I'll reach out to you guys, see how everything is doing, see how everything is going. Shoot them an email, call them, be in contact with them. Say, hey, if you guys have anybody that needs a vehicle, let them know I'm the one to come. I'm gonna be here for you guys all the time. You send cards?
No.
No,
I think that's
absolutely
terrible.
not.
Yeah, I mean you can't. That should be part of it. Handwritten letters, cards, but
Emails, handwritten letters, yeah.
hearing you talking to you.
Phone. Get over the phone and call them.
I don't care if you drive
Call
to
them.
their freaking house.
Let
and
them know
say,
you're there for them. Say, hey,
Mr. Johnson, let's take a fucking ride in the car that I sold you last week because I want to see how that baby rolls.
or how about this? Hey, it's been about 10,000 miles since you guys bought the car. You might want to go here to get checked up. I know it's in your manual, but these are things
There
that keep
isn't
your
too
car
often,
running.
Ricardo.
There is not too often.
But you're not selling.
More
You're
often
just
than not.
promising them the care. You're not reselling every single follow-up. You need after.
Hey, money loves attention. Money loves attention. You know that.
After 3 days, you're coming at them saying, "Hey, just wanted to hit you up and make sure that everything's going good with the car that you bought."
Is there anything that we can do else in the future to help you guys out? Do you have anybody that might want a car? Let them know where the people to come see.
Mr.
And if you do
Johnson.
send them to us, maybe we can give you a referral or a bonus off your next car.
I'm here to help you, Mr. Johnson. So at the end
I
of
know
the
you
day,
guys do incentives.
At the end of the day, I'm here to help you. So I just want to let you know, here's my personal email. Here's my cell phone number. If you need to get in touch with me, if anything happens,
Cards.
I care. I give a shit about the people that I sold after I
Yeah,
sell them.
yeah, exactly.
In your world, in the car sales world, you have to give a fuck later
So
as
see,
well.
that's where the newbies make mistakes. Thank you card. That's a thank you card. How many thank you cards are you gonna send? How many times are you gonna thank them?
And I think it's even more important to have an individual touch. It's not like you sell 1 million cars a year and you don't have the time to sit down and make a fucking phone call to somebody. I don't care if you do it while you're eating the McDonald's cheeseburger. It's important to have that personal
Cards are
interaction.
good for the
Cards
first initial thank you card,
I mean,
but
you
after
can do
that,
all of them.
after that, what are you gonna do? How
You
many
can do-
thank yous are you gonna send to them? You gotta be engaged with your customer every single time
You
that
can
you
do
can.
all of them. All of them.
All of them.
But that individual
there's process.
would be
He's
so
asking the
much
process.
more.
Remember, he's asking the process. So number one, send your thank you card. Let them know how great you're appreciative of their business.
And when
Number
you
one,
think that
that's
card
great.
landed, when you think that card
Give them a
landed,
call.
boom.
Give them a call. Once
Give
they
them
get
a
their card, give them a call and say, hey, I sent you guys a thank you letter, thank you card. Just want to really appreciate everything
I
you guys did
actually
to us.
wanted to touch base with
I wanted
you.
to see how everything's going right now with the car. If you need anybody else that had, interest in getting a vehicle, we can definitely help them out. We're doing great incentives right now, by the way. You get $5,000 off if you put up $2,000. We'll match the $2,000. It's a great incentive right now. I advise you guys to come in if you're looking for a new vehicle again. Or you give them the services that they need. Say, hey, it's been about 6 months since you guys bought the vehicle. Have you gone to a nice, place to get it tuned up? Have you guys done any maintenance on it? We want you guys to keep the car for the long run. And look, Corey's getting that deal on YouTube. There you go, Corey. Get that deal, man. Don't forget Mike's commission off that $4,000 water machine we just sold you over this 2-hour live session. But anyways, Ricardo, reach out to him, man. After you send him a thank you card, reach out to him. Let him know that you're engaged with what they bought.
Guys, do you understand how much the engagement, the personal interaction?
There you go,
it
Joey.
means
Now you're
to
starting to
people?
answer a question. Perfect.
So it means so much more to people.
You gotta call them, man. After you send your thank you card, that's step one in the process. Number two, call them as often as you can.
Ricardo,
more
I have
than
a
not.
question for you. I have a question for you. How many salesmen that you personally know in the car industry, we'll talk more so about top producers than newbies, but How many do you know that send the thank you card?
Well, he says, I recommend cards. All you newbies in sales send thank you cards.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how many do you know that already do that? That's my.
I'm a newbie in
that's my
sales. I've
question.
never sold one thank you card in my life. If I don't sell cars, I'm over the phone.
That's why I said the sales industries that we deal with, it's going to be based on individuality. So like asking questions like Ricardo did, that's great.
So his process, after he calls them and you let them know, hey, we got great incentives. Hey, how are your guys' car running? Is everything going good?
I
Are
don't
you
give a
looking
fuck
for?
if you go to their house.
Yeah.
Knock on the door and say, hey, Mr. Johnson.
Hey, we're just in the area. We're riding by. We actually have a new family member who just picked up a car next door to you guys. We figured we'd drop by and say how you guys are doing.
I just want to see what you're doing.
They might think it's weird, or they might think it's super cool and invite you in for a drink. And the next thing you know, you're selling a car to their fucking daughter.
And the whole thing is no matter how it ends up working out,
You gotta get out
already
there.
sold the fucking car.
Yeah, exactly.
So you created, you came through on your number one objective,
Yep.
which was selling the car. Now number 2 and number 3, those are also important. Send the follow-up card. Ricardo, guys, if you guys need to go,
Creepers.
you guys need to add Ricardo because Ricardo knows what he's talking about. Ricardo's asking the right
No,
question.
they just bought a $20,000 product from you, Ricardo. You're not a creeper if you're going up to them and asking them, how is that $20,000 product doing? We're actually in the area, 5 minutes away from where you just bought the vehicle.
I
and
just
we're in
dropped
the
off
area.
a car at your
We just
neighbor's
dropped off to
house.
Mr. Johnson right across the street, and we were just checking up if everything was okay, if you guys needed
And
any
Ricardo,
extra
it doesn't-
servicing.
like it doesn't have to be real.
No.
It can just be real in the fact that you're guys, with everything that's going on with social media and the way things are changing, everyone's starting to neglect the personal interaction.
Exactly.
So that
Exactly.
means so much to people,
Like-
especially these like the older generations. They value that personal interaction so much that if you take a little bit extra time to make the phone call to follow up the card or to show
Yes.
up at the door because
Follow up on a
Just
follow-up
drop
thank you card. And then from there, when you call them, the process after that, I mean, you got to go from there. Whatever you get from that phone call, you got to leverage that, Ricardo. If you
Yeah.
say, hey, yeah, well, my friend, actually, they like the new car we just bought, and they're kind of interested. They might not be ready to buy a car, but can I send them your information? Absolutely, go right ahead. I'll be free to help them out whenever they are ready.
That
Miss
works.
Johnson, let them know we got great incentives going on right now. And actually, for you referring them to me, I can even give you about $100 for an extra incentive
creating
as well.
that connection is so important that it's ridiculous.
It's insane. Now, the phone, if I can have, and I grew up using social media, if I can have 3 things, whether internet, phone, or social media, I would pick the phone out of
Every day of the week.
A phone.
Every day of the week.
Because you got to make contact with somebody and speak with them directly.
The phone is
Engage.
the most. I guarantee you, and I've done this before, Ricardo. Just so you know that I'm not just talking out of my ass here. I have sold a car literally on a cold call.
Thanks, Ricardo. Hey, we appreciate your help as well.
Yeah,
we'll sell some
Ricardo.
more cars, brother.
Hey, everybody, go out.
Shout out to Ricardo. He's at Vision in Ohio. Buy a
Guys,
vehicle from him.
Ricardo Barajas, go out and request him. Invite him to be your friend on Facebook.
He's
If
selling
you guys
mad
are into
vehicles
car
right now,
sales,
man.
He's the dude because the questions that this guy's asking, he knows exactly what he's
Hey,
talking
be careful
about.
when you call him, though. He will sell you a car.
Yeah.
But good job, Ricardo. Thank you, man. Appreciate that very much. Hey, Josue Perez, shout out to you both. Keep it up. Hey, shout out to you, man, for jumping on the stream and trying to get better at your job, bro. We appreciate you being in here. And also, we appreciate Abel Ramirez just joined. Mercedes Barajas. Hey, shout out to Mercedes Barajas here. She's in Rodent and Fields as well. I think her and Ricardo are related, actually. Those guys are hustlers. Look, the brothers in car sales and the sister's doing a multi-level marketing company while she's a mother of about 3 or 4, if you want to call that. You guys are doing great out there. And Miss Barajas, Rodent and Fields, if you need help with MLMs, you got to get out in front of more people. At the end of the day, you got to get out in front of more people. Just don't post on social media. Actually go out there and
Guys,
engage what people can interact with.
There's a theory that Gary Vee likes to put out that's called jab, jab, right hook.
Oh.
This theory is based upon the fact that the jabs are you creating value for someone else, and then the right hook is
I don't think
the
so.
call to action. So if the content and the things that you're producing are creating value for other people, then when you throw your right hook and you need something, it's a lot easier to ask for something. If I go mow some guy's lawn and power wash his house, and then I say to him, hey, by the way, buy this $10 bottle of water from me, you think that he's more likely to do it? You need to create value for people. It can't be spammy. It can't be always going for the sale. Like, I mean, as salesmen, that's our natural thing, but creating value for others before asking them for a favor, if you do 2 favors for someone else, then it's a lot easier to get a favor from them. So the first step should be to make contact with somebody, create value for that person, create a little bit more value for that person, and then the call to action for what you need. So if you do 2 favors for someone, they're more likely to do the favor back for you that you asked. So when you say, hey, by the way, I just cut your grass and I power washed your house, can you buy this $10 bottle of soap from me? Absolutely, they're going to.
Absolutely.
Because you just did 2 favors for them. So now when you ask them for something that you want, they're more likely to do it. So guys, it's important to make sure that you're creating value for the other person. 5149, any relationship you're in, you want to create more value for that person than you get. Guys, on my list of the people that I love, the higher you are up on my list, the less I require. I don't want anything back. My mom, I want to give her anything that I possibly could give her. I don't want anything in return from my mom. I'm not the higher you are on the list of I love you, then the less I require in return from that person.
Also, hey, and Yvette's asking, what about the questions list that you guys have? I'm interested in those questions as well.
Yeah, rundown.
Okay, so we have a lot of questions on here, guys, that we can go over. As you can see, I'll show you a little bit here really quickly.
We showed them.
I mean, there's multiple things we got to work on here for people. So let's say creating value. We kind of went over that already. Expressing urgency, value the product. Went over that already. Let's go over like how to stay positive. We kind of went over that. Be urgent. Be yourself. Do they want to listen to me? Staying consistent, doing the same thing.
Well, let's just answer them all.
All right, so let's go off of that. Staying consistent after doing the same thing, because guys, in sales, it's all repetitive, right?
How to stay
consistent and positive doing the same thing.
Okay, so first and foremost, consistency is based upon production to begin with.
Yeah.
So if you're consistently not selling shit, then you don't want to be consistent.
Exactly. You gotta learn how to be consistent in the right way.
You gotta learn how to do it first before consistency even becomes
Because if you're
an issue.
consistent and not closing deals, that's not gonna make you any money.
Okay, and one other thing that I want to add is that you guys need to make sure that you're evolving and adapting and finding out what works and what doesn't work, but there has to be a balance. Like, we know a lot of people who will have a week where they do 30 sales. Week 2, they'll do, say, 16 sales. And since they went from 30 to 16, they feel like all of a sudden they have to change something. You have to know the balance between what you're changing if it takes away from what you're already doing well. So you have to do it across a big data set. You have to take a long-term look at your sales doing things a consistent way. A lot of times when people first get into sales, they are very quick to say, oh, well, this person told me this, so I'm going to start trying it, and I'm going to start doing it. I need to do this, or I need to do that. So if you don't try something for a long period of time, then you don't know what's working and what's not working. So you have to take a big chunk of data and say, okay, well, I did this for 90 days and I got X results. Now I changed this little thing and then I did that for 60 days and it increased or decreased my law of averages. There's something in sales called law of averages. So sales is like this, guys. No matter how good you are, any top producer is going to know that sales goes like this. You have the really good weeks, you have the really bad weeks, the ones in between. What matters is the line right down the middle. That's the law of averages. Things are going to average out.
Yeah.
So the 30 week, the 8 week, the 15 week, the 22 week, the 37 week, all those are going to be your average. So like in sports, people have the average points that they score per game. It's not the most points that they scored. It's not the least points that they scored. It's the data set of the games that they've played and the average. So you guys need to work on balance to find out on a big data set what your law of averages is, and then make your tweaks and changes so that it doesn't take away from what you're already doing well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't want to get burnt out either, guys. Understand, getting burnt out is probably the worst thing that can happen to you. And it's simply, it's easy not to get burnt out. Do different things before you go into work, after you go to work. You know, create a difference in your routine so it doesn't feel like you're getting burnt out doing the same thing over and over and over again. Before you come to work, maybe stop by the grocery store, or stop by the gym, or stop by the mall, go shopping a little bit. Get excited before you come into work. You know what I mean? But before you guys get burnt out, do something different in your routine. After work, go grab a burger. After work, go to the gym. After work, go watch your favorite show. You know, so you're not thinking about doing the same thing over and over and over, and you don't get burnt out. Because every day we're gonna have to do the same thing on the phones. Or if you're selling in person, if you're selling cars, if you're selling clothes online, you gotta do the same thing over and over.
It's okay to blow off steam. It's okay to go have a beer after work. It's okay to do the things that you enjoy. Like, there's a difference. What we're talking about, being motivated and having a positive mindset going in
every day
to work.
Every day.
But there's also the, you know, afterwards blowing off steam to kind of release, I had the bad day, or I, you know, didn't have as good of a day as I wanted to. So it's important for us, we're not worried about work-life balance. Like, it's cool to do fun things and go out and all that shit, but with our mindset and our mentality, we just want to fucking work right now.
Yeah.
We don't, our work-life balance is 95% to 5%. So
you gotta work.
We're about work, guys. Like, work-life balance, if that's what you want, then you have to be happy with where you are in work.
All right, so let's go with this, man. Let's start off with this. Or we're probably gonna end off with this, but we've been on for about 2 hours now, going over things. Hey, shout out to Shervin. What's up, brother? Terrell, Teresa,
Shervin,
James Fisher. Hey, my grandma just joined the live, guys. Shout out to my grandma Toots.
Shervin in the house.
Shervin, hey, that's the guy. That guy's the real entrepreneur right there. Shout out to Shervin. He's got his own e-commerce site. You guys want some cool, dope stuff? Go
Yeah,
to his
you
site.
guys-
Hey, Shervin, put your link on below, man. There's a lot of people watching this right now. I'm sure you get some type of sales off of that. We actually sold a $4,000 Kangen water machine during this live. If Corey can close that deal.
If Corey
If Corey can close
we
that
sold
deal,
it.
go look on YouTube.
We pitched it for him.
Here, I'll post up the link again.
It's not about how many sales you make in a day. It's about what you make in a month or a year. And it's not about what you say. It's how you say it, I believe.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So that's what I was talking about.
Absolutely.
The big data set.
Yeah.
You don't want to look at every day. You want to look at the overall month.
The
You
week,
wanna look
the
at
year, the
week,
month.
year. So
How
you
are you
wanna
doing?
take the big sets of data and you want to find out, okay, what did I
Where's that
do
question coming?
that I can increase?
It's on YouTube. The guy says, you mentioned that machine so much, I will go and buy one myself. I don't
So
even
then he
drink
logged
water."
onto the YouTube
So
and
then
said,
Corey
I
goes
don't
on there and
even-
says, hey Alan, add me on Facebook. I'll sell you a water machine.
Okay.
So guys, at the end of the day, like, it's super important to take a large chunk of data that you have and then figure out your sales,
Yeah.
your conversion, all those things. Because if you're doing it on a
Day by day basis, you're gonna drive yourself nuts.
and you're gonna
It's not gonna
change-
ever
you're
make
gonna-
sense.
You're gonna change things that take away from what you're already doing well.
Yeah,
So
you'll
you're
make
gonna
5
say
sales
something-
one day,
Yep.
no deals the next, and you're gonna switch up your whole flow that just got you 5 deals.
Exactly.
And then there, you're
So,
fucked.
Consistency, you need to be persistent and keep coming after it. Keep
Yeah.
going for it. Guys, there shouldn't be anything that stops you during the sales. Like, there shouldn't be any time where you're like, all right, this one's done. No, push.
Yeah.
Push yourself into being uncomfortable. Push the guest into that zone where the ball's in their court.
Yes.
Like, don't get yourself where you put up your own obstacle and stop yourself from getting the sale
So that's-
because you're worried about, pushing harder or it makes you feel uncomfortable. Get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, number one, that's what you gotta do. That's huge. Do something different.
You want to be good at sales?
I'm out. I'll see
Get
you
out of
at
your
work.
comfort
Good video.
zone.
Hey, thanks, Jose Perez. We appreciate it, bro. We appreciate it a lot, man. See you guys at work.
Hey, I hope you go into work and something helps you here. I hope you just got something that's going to get you some more sales to put on the board today.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, guys. That's why we're here, man. At the end of the day, is to help everybody.
Guys, this is
Fuel the
all
content.
of this is a community. It's a conversation. And the more people that we get, whether you're a top producer, whether you're an average, whether you're Sally who just took her first sales job, it's important for everybody to join in and give their input so that maybe if we don't help somebody, like, who was it who just made, Josue. He just jumped in and made a comment that was important that some people can read and look at, and it'll help them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in our content. It's the community of the people that we're trying to create so that everyone can help everyone get better.
Hey, this is why we do it, guys. Once again, that's $4,000 that you can make in only 2 weeks. Who's that say? Joseph Sanchez. Michael Kelly's got more than these than I do. Don't let him lie to you guys.
Nah.
But that's $4,000 that you guys can make in sales. Number one, I used to make $500 a week. Now I'm making, 5 to 10 grand a month
But the
off
thing
of sales.
is Joey can, if he wants more, he can get more. It's based upon what you're at. He pushed himself right there. He might have had a check before that was 2 and was like, fuck that, I want 4.
Yeah.
So then he went out the next 2 weeks and he fucking did 4.
Busting
5.
my ass. Came in early, came in extra.
And now what do you think
Stayed
he's
later,
gonna do?
stayed extra.
What do you think he's gonna do now? Do you think he's gonna be okay with 4?
I need 5. I need 10.
Thank you. So
I need more.
guys, driving that persistency is the key.
Yo, let's link, bro. Comment in here. What you need help with? What you need help with, Shervin? I know you're a top performer in there as well. What can you help us out with? How about that? You got anything good? Any good?
How to lie to people?
Look, how to lie to people. I'm just kidding, bro. But Gabrielle says these guys took me from $500 checks to $3,000 checks. I mean, of course, that's what we do. I mean, that's what we do. You guys take this content
Guys,
and
we're
you
not-
learn.
Like what Shervin just commented, guys, we're not.
Spend the whole check and get it right back. There you go.
But what we're talking about isn't
Sure.
about what to take that money and to invest it. We're talking about how to get the money to begin with. You guys can do your investments and things like that. That's not our thing.
He said that.
Like, our thing isn't about what you should throw your money into or what you should do. We're trying to help you guys to get the money to start with.
Yeah.
Then you can make
You
your
do
own
whatever you want with
decisions
that.
on investing, buying things. You can do whatever you want with the money after.
Whatever you want.
Like, it's a smart comment that Shervin said. Yeah, you want to flip the money, but that's not what our content's about. Our content is getting it to begin with, so that you as a person can decide what you want to do.
But
with
people
it.
like Shervin who make big bucks can spend a check and get it right back. Because while you're in sales, you spend $4,000 one week, you'll make it back the next week, right? You can only do that in sales, brother. So yeah, that's what we're after, guys. Justin Keelan joined the live stream. Thanks for joining, bro. Josue, keep giving us those good raw comments, bro.
Wait, he just
That's
commented
live.
something.
We
What
appreciate
did he
that.
say?
He says every no is one less.
No, you have
Every
to
no
hear.
is one less no you have to hear before you
I'll
get
go.
a yes.
I'll go one
Absolutely.
more on that. You know what? Every no gets you closer to a yes.
Yeah, on average, it takes 5 no's to get a yes. That's why you gotta be persistent, guys.
Guys, we
If
take
you're
no's
asking-
to the face.
If you're asking
That's
for
what
the
sales
business,
is.
if you're asking for the business and you're getting a no, are you gonna stop after you get a no? I mean,
you're,
come on.
You're out fishing
persistent.
for yeses through
Show
the
your
no's.
value. Be persistent. Show your value and get through those no's. Master your rebuttals and your objections. And guys, you know how you do that?
Study.
Look, you guys think this is a game?
Study.
Look at this
Study.
shit. Grant Cardone, mastering objections. This thing's like 100 pages long. Like, this is not just coming from.
And guys, the more you spend on the conversation, the rapport, the trust, the objections, the close, it's all a lot easier when you've built rapport and trust. Then objections just becomes answering questions.
Absolutely. Corey, close the deal. Stop making excuses. He's right there in front of you, Corey. Close the deal. Add him on Facebook if he's not adding you on Facebook, Corey.
Send him a message.
Send him a
Direct
message.
him.
You got him right there in front of you, man. If you don't close that $4,000 deal we just brought up for you, I'm gonna be very upset.
Man,
I'll close it for you.
let's see. So what? We just got paid $2,000. We just got you paid $2,000 for two.
Hey, Miss Wagner,
$2,000 an hour?
Nicolette Wagner, this is your second time joining the live stream. Do you have any questions? Do you have any things you might need help with?
Yeah.
Can you help us out? I seen you joined earlier. You just joined again. You got to be interested in what we're offering here. I don't know if you're in sales or not, but we do have some great content. And always, guys, throughout the sales process, always remember to create your value, keep it urgent, and make it exclusive. Understand, you always want to keep it exclusive all the time because they can just go to the next guy, and buy it, and keep it urgent. So what we want to focus on here is just trying to get better in sales all around. No matter if you're doing sales for cars, like Michael said, if you're doing vacation timeshare packages sales, if you're doing fucking
Actual time.
timeshare,
Direct sales,
face-to-face,
cold calling,
direct sales,
inbound phone sales.
whatever you can think of, it's Mount Nut. And once again, Mount Nut is MTNUT. They don't got no money. They don't got no time. They don't got no urgency to buy your product. They have no need, and they got no trust. So number one is the Mount Nut. M is money. T is time. N is need. They have no need for your product. U is the urgency of your product. They have no urgency on to buy your product. Why is it urgent now? Why can't I buy it next week? Why do I have to get it from you? Why can't I get it for him? Okay, and understand they don't trust you at the end of the day. So you got M, T, N, U, T. Money, time, need, urgency, and trust. If you can figure out those 5 things on why or which one is holding your customer back, where they got no money, no time, no need, no urgency, or no trust, you'll close 90% more of your deals. Because number one, you're going to understand those are the 5 things that can only happen. There's nothing else that can possibly
Instagram
happen.
live streams up, right?
So while you guys are doing
your
that, I mean, you have any
Facebook.
questions, you have
Should I
any
put
concerns,
it
go through the
Instagram?
Put it on my
process.
Instagram because like,
Let's talk about urgency.
I have.
You guys gotta make it
2,000
urgent
all salespeople.
because your urgency is gonna create the close. If they can buy it from somebody else, there's no need on why they should buy it from you. They can just buy it from the next guy. So make it urgent. Let them know if you don't buy it right now, you're gonna miss out on a great opportunity, Mr. Johnson. If you don't get it right now, you're gonna have to pay a lot more money, and you're already spending money on what you're gonna buy today. So you'll spend a lot more money, and then have to spend more money to buy the product later.
And
So
guys,
just get
you
it
can
now,
let 'em
save
know.
the money.
You can let them know that it will be available tomorrow.
Yeah, you just gotta pay double the price.
Your Instagram is like crashing every time.
It's your confidence in knowing that they're talking to the right person and it's the right time. And if they say something like I need time to think about it, well, you know what, Mr. Johnson? The best time to think about it is right now while you got the expert here, because you can ask me any questions that you need to ask me, and I have product knowledge and I can answer those questions for you. But when you think, are you gonna like Google it, or I mean, ask me the questions? I'm right here.
Hey, Mr. Johnson, if I can save you time and money, are you gonna make the time to save the money? If I can help you save money and make money, if I can help you save money and make more money, would you make the time to make more money and save more money? Absolutely. Because if we show you how to save money and how to make money, you're gonna make the time to save money and to make money every single time, no matter who you are. That's just human nature. And then that goes back to giving them the value. That was good. I got a like for that. I like that. So if you're able to show them the value, money's not going to be an issue, because human nature, again, we feel like we're getting something for a deal, a discount, an incentive. Like again, if you buy this pen from me and I'm able to sell it for $1, but at Walmart they sell it for $5, the same exact pen, who are you going to get it from?
Here's a good one
Me?
too with the pen. Hey Joey, if you sign this right here, it's a contract where you just won $1,000. So like, but this pen costs $100. You don't have a pen on you?
No.
Oh, but I mean, if you sign right here, you won $1,000.
So I'll give you the $100 off of that.
So you'll give me $100 for the pen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I get $1,000.
So at
So,
the end of the
let's see what he did
day,
there.
he has the need for the pen because he's getting something that he wants.
Exactly. And if I only got to pay $100 for the pen, but I get $1,000, anybody
That's
would
what
do that
you're
100
doing with
times.
your products. You're telling
Understand
them the benefits that they're going to receive by taking action now. You're creating the urgency. You showed him the value, and now you're making
That's
your
good.
close.
That's
Close it. Give it to me.
Stop selling and start closing, guys. That's what we're here for.
ABC.
Stop selling and start closing. Understand what your customer is in front of you. Why are they in front of you? Understand that. If you're able to solve their problem, 9 out of 10 times you got a sale.
Maybe
You got
my
a deal.
Instagram's
You're making
crashing
commission.
because I logged onto it.
Log out, Michael.
I'm going to.
Yeah, we've been live, guys, for about 2 hours. We're having consistent, live viewers, comments.
Okay,
We
I love
appreciate
that.
it. We hit, I think, over 200 comments in here, over 100 viewers. It's not showing. What'd you do?
I wanted to see if we could like our own thing.
I think we can like comments, but I don't know. Oh, so you can invite people like this.
Invite all of them. While we're live right now, guys, we're just gonna, Joey's going through. We got about a half an hour left that we're gonna be live. So what we really want to use this last half an hour for is a good Q&A session. So guys, we already have some questions we really haven't dove into, but at the end of the day, we are trying to create value for you guys.
And you know what? We're gonna do this every Saturday for you guys.
Next Saturday.
We're gonna do this
12
every
p.m.
Saturday. That's how I feel right
Eastern
now.
Time, 12 o'clock on Saturdays.
I will be in
Live stream.
Trinidad in about 2 weeks, so we might have to miss the 22nd, and I think the 1st is the Saturdays after that.
We're not
But
thinking that far ahead.
we
We're
will
gonna
be
here
there next
Saturday.
week, Saturday, right here on live stream. I think we should do this every Saturday. How about you guys? Think it'll help us out a lot.
It'll be, I mean,
That's not freaking.
our YouTube streams. blowing
Yeah,
up
we'll
right
figure
now.
out the YouTube stream a lot better than how we did today,
have,
guys.
We're good.
We got some good
We
content on
had
there.
18 people that
This is our first time doing this, so appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys.
we have 8 people
Hey,
currently.
can you guys please give me a shout out, Harry Bowles?
Harry Bowles, what up, Harry Bowles?
Harry Bowles, who made that up? That is awesome. Shout out to Harry Bowles. I believe that was a Sherman or a Corey. That's pretty good, guys. Corey, did you sell that machine yet, dude?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you add him on Facebook yet, dude?
Look, it shows us where we were spiking. It's cool.
What if the prospect wants an international destination, but you're only.
Okay, so that's a good question. If you only have products available that, or if your say customers' needs and wants are a product that you do not have available, I think that's the best way to accurately depict that question. What you need to do then is you need to strategically make them understand why what you have is better than that. So like somebody in our vacation sales and stuff telling you that they want an international destination, you can say something like, well, Mr. Johnson, I totally understand what you're saying. At the end of the day, we're really trying to do domestic things because of the current state of affairs and what's going on in the world right now. 90% of our guests don't really want to leave the United States because they're not sure if they can get back in. So we're only presenting domestic locations currently.